at the Wellness Park Pharmacy at 86th and Buffalo Avenue and the Community Medical Pharmacy on Michigan Avenue just off Main Street. You're not just another customer, and your needs are important. To them, you're a somebody.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
Now under new ownership, both pharmacies will see to it that you get the personal service that you deserve. Want to give them a try? Then call right now, 260-1918, and tell them you want to switch your prescriptions over to the Wellness Park Pharmacy or Community Pharmacy in Niagara Falls. They'll make all the phone calls to make it happen. And both pharmacies offer free home prescription delivery. And when you have them on the phone, be sure to ask about their wide selection of CBD products. Available in creams, oils, gummies, and much, much more. Get all the details today by calling 260-1918. The Wellness Park Pharmacy at 86th and Buffalo Avenue and the Community Medical Pharmacy on Michigan Avenue just off Main. Call 260-1918.
Where everybody knows your name. Everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came. Where everybody...
Time to stock up on your warm weather favorites for summertime entertaining, gift giving, and enjoying. Supermarket Liquors and Wines is your headquarters for all the liquors and wines you'll need throughout the season. And you know what? They're open 7 days a week for your convenience, late night Friday, Saturday, and always plenty of cashiers on hand to speed you on your way. You want to find out what the specials are every week? Just check them out online, supermarketliquor.com. They're Niagara's largest liquor store, which means their prices and selection are the best you're going to find. Supermarket Liquors and Wines, Niagara Falls Boulevard at Military Road, just across from the Fashion Outlet Mall. Supermarket Liquors and Wines, where you'll always find plenty of brightly lit free parking in front of the store. And plenty of cashiers on hand to speed you on your way. Supermarket Liquors and Wines.
The opinions expressed on NiagaraBroadcastNetwork.com are those of the host and the guest, not of management or the sponsors.
I'm breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. I needed money 'cause I had none. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
There's enough now. Enough's enough. Enough is enough.
Another wild weekend, huh?
Yeah, this is nuts. Shootings and two, three, I don't know how many shootings and how many shots fired at houses and people, and two people shot near the market, and I don't get it.
What's going on?
Well, you know what? These politicians, they're all saying, well, we got to do something. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Come on. It's time.
I'm tired
it's
of the
time.
talking.
Do it.
Tired of the talking. I hope the people continue to be as pissed off as they were last week during the press conference. We need everybody in the city upset about all this going on. There's power in numbers.
Yeah, well, they got to do something. They got to do something. You know what? They're gonna talk about. We're gonna give. The council might approve $50,000 for safe shopping days.
Yeah.
Screw safe shopping days.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
We'll put a cop over by Tops Market so you can walk to the store. How about the rest of the city? This is a war zone.
And the same in Buffalo.
Well,
it's the same. We're talking Niagara Falls, but it's the same kind of crap going on in Buffalo. and I'm sure in a lot of other cities around the country. I'm sick and tired of just talking and no action about a lot of things.
It's time to do something here.
When they want action, when they want to pass a law regarding freaking plastic bags, okay? Geez, we'll get that law through. Just like that. Bing, bang, boom, it's done now. No, no plastic bags next year.
Look, they had this.
But when it comes to this stuff, we gotta labor over it, talk about it, and analyze it, analyze it.
They had this thing at the market. So these.
So what happened in the market?
Well, these people
This
apparently.
night, day, what was this?
Night, early in the morning. No, I don't know.
Oh, middle of the night.
2:00 in the morning, 1:00.
Okay.
1:00, whatever it was.
All right.
So these people apparently rented a storefront in the city market, and they had a party, and then
Okay.
yeah. So then they have this party. Then there's a shooting. Two people get shot.
Who are these people? Local people?
I don't know who they were.
Oh,
No, I don't.
all right.
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know.
Just
who,
a bunch of people rented a storefront, which I find interesting.
Yeah. Then and two people get shot. They rush up to ECMC.
Okay.
The people in the party apparently
Mm-hmm.
hop on a tour bus that they brought here.
Okay,
And they're going back probably to Buffalo. Came from Buffalo.
Okay.
They're probably going back to Buffalo.
so not even most likely from here, they're from Buffalo.
Probably.
Okay.
And so now
So they gotta bring their crap here.
So the Niagara Falls police are tied up at the shooting scene near the market.
Gotcha.
And so they call the town of Niagara Police, the troopers, and the sheriff's department
Okay.
to come in and help them.
Okay.
And a few cars from Niagara Falls.
Mm-hmm.
They catch the bus. Niagara Falls cops spot the bus going probably toward the Grand Island Bridge.
Okay.
They stop them. The troopers come. Town of Niagara comes.
Okay.
Now they got, I don't know, 28, 35 people, who's ever on the bus.
Okay.
And they pull the bus over. They assume they came from the shooting. So they pull the bus over on High Park Boulevard. They take these people off at gunpoint because they're assuming the shooter's on this bus. You know, they pull everybody off one by one. They search them. They pat them down, and they don't find the gun. They go in and search the bus, and apparently one officer told me they found the gun, a gun,
Okay,
on top of the bus. They opened up an escape hatch, apparently, and put it up on top of the bus. So they find the gun, and the people in the bus
they know nothing, I'm gonna say.
know nothing.
They know nothing.
I see nothing. I was not here. I did not even get up this morning.
I know nothing,
That's it.
Right?
Nobody knew nothing.
I know nothing.
Where'd this gun come from?
See nothing. I hear nothing. I
Nothing.
see nothing.
That's right. What happened? What happened was
Was there a shooting? I know.
was there shooting over
I
there?
see nothing. I know nothing.
That's right. They know nothing. Nobody knew.
my God.
Well, how come you guys left the party?
I was just gonna say, how come?
How come everybody left the party? Why did everybody get on the bus and leave the party?
I see nothing. I know nothing.
They must have all been fans of Hogan's Heroes.
I don't know.
I know nothing.
I don't know what it is. We're at 333-3020. You got an opinion?
I mean, what the heck?
I don't know. Got a headset. We're
Yes, I
going to the
do.
phones. Hi.
Yes, I do.
Hi, you're on the air.
Well, they were leaving the party
Yeah.
because they were going to McDonald's for Big Macs. They had the munchies.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh. They're going to Big
Now,
Mac.
Rose,
Yes.
you know what Sal's job was during all this?
What?
Yeah, he was the coffee boy. Go get coffee, Sal. We need 5 coffees.
Boy, he doesn't like you today. Joe, why would you say that about Sal?
Sal, Rose,
Yes.
do you remember the movie Police Academy?
Yes.
Do you remember when the neighbors were going wild and the police had to come in? Do you remember that scene?
It's been a lot of years since
Crime
I've
went
seen it.
rapid in Police Academy. They
Okay,
brought the Academy police in.
okay.
That's what Niagara Falls is getting like.
Like a comedy.
Well, it's the crime is just getting out of hand. And it's the bullshit crime. And like, I listened to the police chief the other day on the show.
Right,
Listen to the replay.
right.
And he's talking about, well, walking the beat, it gives you an inner reaction with the business. Bullshit. All right? If a cop's to stop talking to somebody, he's not doing his job. Right? I know they want to have more community relations, but you got to shake the bush. You got to start pulling these people over. You got to start questioning them. And like I said, 8 out of 10, you'll find something wrong with somebody. Now, I told Sal the new slogan: street by street, block by block, we need to take our city back. Right?
Yeah, I like that.
And they're not doing it by walking Pine Avenue. They're not going into these neighborhoods, right? They're not showing their presence. Because a policeman is not going to be walking down 19th Street. He's not going to be walking up anywhere else. They need to be in the cars, saturated neighborhoods. $50,000 in the last maybe 2 weeks the most.
Yeah.
Out of this.
Joe, they got to do something. I mean, they got to take a stand and
They got to do something serious.
Not the police, the council. Somebody's got to give these guys money. So this thing has to be tackled. This is nuts.
And then when he said, well, for every car we bring in from the out-of-town agency, we have to bring an officer in for everyone we bring in. Well, damn it, are you here to protect and serve, or are you here to feed your pocketbook?
Yeah, but isn't that in their contract?
It's in their contract.
It's in
yeah.
their contract, unfortunately or fortunately, whatever.
Give the officers the opportunity to work overtime. If they refuse it, then you go to Plan B, because it has to stop. This thing Saturday night, or Sunday night, Saturday night, Sunday morning, was ridiculous. And if I'm not mistaken, earlier, wasn't there shootings on Pierce Avenue too?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody shot at houses or cars and stuff, yeah.
This is like the OK Corral.
It's nuts.
It's getting crazy.
It's nuts. And I don't know what the magic answer is, but I do know that whatever is being done, that definition of insanity is just doing the same thing over and over again.
And what
So
he's talking about,
it's not working.
you got a lot of police officers inside that police station. You know what? Buffalo has meter maids writing tickets. Well, do the same thing here and put these cops on the street. More policemen doing their job, not that they're doing their job, but they need help.
Right.
You're out.
Well, they need somebody to throw some money at them so they could put more cops out there. They got contact. I mean, they just can't do it. They got contracts. They got deals. They got whatever they're doing. But you know what? To spend money on stupid crap. You know what? Don't cut down trees. I don't know what they do. They got rid of the golf course now. Put the money toward the police. Stop this crime first. They cleaned up Times Square. Let's do it here. It's not the police. It's not the police. It's the city and the money.
Powers that be.
Yeah.
That's right. It's like I said, that would be police academy. When his neighbors are going wild, they brought the academy police in, right? And that's what Niagara Falls is getting like. It seems like it's going out of control. Now this thing Saturday with the bus thing, come on. They run a storefront, open up, and the people are buying booze and getting drunk.
Isn't that nuts?
Right. Well, they just shut one down on Niagara Avenue 2 weeks prior. Right. And when the police chief said, well, since I became chief, we execute X amount of warrants. Well, that's your damn job, to execute warrants. All right, and make these arrests. That's the whole idea of warrants, the drug task force doing their investigation. That's not since he became police chief. We need to get these guys on the street more, moving around, get in there and do the damn job, and give them the help they need, because they can't do it alone.
You need these politicians, and you got these people that want to be mayor. You got people that want to be councilman. People, let's take a stand and come up with something. Get the money. Start saying, let's do it. It's not the police. It's not the police. It's the purse strings and what's going on before it gets to the police department.
You know, and like you said, you see someone loitering for something, stop him for loitering. We see your ID, right? You look suspicious. Do what you got to do. If he's okay, hey, have a great day. Well, thank you very much. But this has to stop, and you know it, and everybody else knows. And the market isn't any better. And with these vacant storefronts, and everything becomes vacant. And nothing against Tony. Right? Like I said, they cannot save Pine Avenue. They need an aggressive marketing campaign.
Exactly.
And like you said, Rose, investors come to Niagara Falls.
That's right.
Well, that's what the city's supposed to do.
That's right.
They're supposed to find somebody to come in, small business. We have this available,
right.
this money available for
Right.
you. Come and do business. But you also have to do the neighborhoods. And that's what's making Hurdle Avenue so successful now. They improved their neighborhoods and improved the street. People are shopping on the street. Businesses are opening up over there.
Right.
Here, who wants to, there's more, look, that video you just showed itself. How many vacant buildings did you see? Up Pine Avenue.
Tons. There's a lot. But see, there were like Hurdle Avenue and neighborhoods like that a few years back were like Pine Avenue is now. But they actually, people got together and said, enough's enough.
The council and these folks have to start throwing money at the police department and that so they can clean this mess up. Then things will change. It's not going to change. The way it's going, they don't give them any money.
Well, they better start getting on it now before it gets, it's semi out of control. It can get way out of
You know what
control.
happens when the summertime comes, Sal?
At worse,
You know,
worse.
It gets worse.
Yeah.
All right? And it's just not Pine Avenue. It's the Midtown area.
Right,
It's
right.
Highland Avenue.
Yeah.
Niagara Street, 19th Street.
No, it's all over.
Like I
It's
said,
all over.
That Walking the Beat on Pine was a dog and pony show.
You know what? I get that. And I know that Brian Del Porto and I know Tommy Licata want to do this. I know they want to clean this up. But you got to give them the tools and the money and the cars or whatever it takes. I don't care where you find it.
You know what? You can't do it alone, okay? There's grant money out there. Find a grant. Do what you got to do. Spend some money. You know, maybe eliminate some of these people in CLE and doing their job. And give some of these guys, get the dog catcher off the street and get them back in a patrol car. All right? We're paying them X amount of dollars to catch the dogs that sit around all goddamn day because the dog is laying in the street. Hey, we got the SPCA. I'm an animal lover, but you know what? There's a policeman who could be doing something else. How many inside policemen are sitting there? Sal, inside. You know that. Get them on the street. Get them
Well, they're
working.
going to have to.
Because they have no other choice.
They're going to have to. And the
No,
citizens need to beat the drum. They can't just be passive.
Or give them the tools and the money to put them on the street. Because like the police chief said when he was here, some of these people are doing essential jobs that they can't just pull them off. Some of the cops that are doing, for instance, working on grants, there's thousands of dollars coming in on grants that keep some of these cops on the street. You know,
You know that? Wasn't that Paul Colangelo's job originally as a grant writer?
yeah.
A grant writer will make his money up plus more for you.
Well, I think what Tommy Licata was telling us is there is a couple of cops that write grants. Now, they're funded as police officers, but they write grants, so they're bringing in, if they make $80,000 a year or $60,000, they're bringing in hundreds of thousands, possibly. I don't know. I
I
mean,
think once Nicola Gamari, he's a good grant writer.
right.
You know, but you know something? It's to the point where they got to start doing something. And you can't do this alone. All right, the mayor has to have the balls to say, we'll find you the money if you start being aggressive. Bring people in, we'll find you the money. All right? Because you know something? It's not going to get any better.
Look, and all of a sudden they found 50,000. Where was this 50? All of a sudden we have 50,000 to put on safe shopping days because Pine Avenue complained?
That's in the budget every year. Safe shopping days. $50,000 isn't going to do nothing for you next 2 weeks. Find the money, get them out there, let them start doing their job. Give them the tools they need. And they're not doing that.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to do. Joe, what your slogan again for the city?
Street by street, block by block.
Bring back
Take our city.
Let's take our city back.
street
Because you
by...
remember, years ago, Irv Weinstein had us open up the news. Street by street, block by block, Eyewitness News is there. So we need to be street by street, block by block, take our city back. And if people see something, they need to report it.
Right,
Don't be afraid.
right.
If you see someone driving you think suspicious, call the police. Let them pull the person over.
Yeah, and you can call, thanks,
Right.
Joe, appreciate the call.
Okay.
You
Thank
can
you.
call 286-4591, that's anonymous. You don't have to leave your name, you don't have to,
He's right, though.
I know he's right.
And that's why the other day when the police chief was here, I wasn't being facetious when I said, what about reaching out to other cities that are,
Well, he said he was going to do that.
that are in the because we're not the only city in this condition.
This problem, though, is not the police. It's not that the police are not doing their jobs. It's
Right.
not that the chief's not doing his job. It's not
Right.
that the deputy. It's not that.
Right.
they don't have the money and the tools to do what they need to do.
Well-
like when they cleaned up Times Square, they flooded the place with cops.
Yes, but they
Find the damn
all right,
money.
but you're talking New York City. So what I'm saying
talking
is,
here, too, now.
find another city our size, financially strapped.
Did I hear?
What did you do?
Yeah. well,
What did you do to get the money?
Yeah.
What did you do to make a change? What did you do to lower your crime rate?
Did I-
You know, I mean, I have
Did that
to.
slogan? It's like I heard that slogan at Joe Street, but did I hear that someplace before?
Niagara Falls. Slowly I turned, and step by step, inch by inch, I walked up to him and I smashed him. I hit him. I bumped him with him. I tore him to pieces and I knocked him down.
To them.
That's what you got to do.
That's what we got to do when someone's out of control.
Yeah.
Rip the front of their clothes off and punch them in the face. You know what?
Slowly I turned.
Jesus.
Please, no. And step by
That's what they got to do. Get out
That's
there and
right.
do that. Yeah, get out there and do that.
by inch. No, please, no. I slapped him. I bumped him. I hit him. And I knocked
It's
him.
not step by step and inch by inch. It's block by block.
Block by block.
Street by street.
Street by street. Yeah, that's what
Get
you
it
gotta-
right.
That's what you got to do. 333-3020. Hi, you're on the air.
The opinions expressed on Niagara
This is
Broad.
it. This chasing money with, that's all you talk about. So, they got to give them more money. They got to get more. They got to. You're a cop. You're going to be saying that right along. Look I'm going to tell you my philosophy about this. Going back a few years ago, I mean, we've had this problem for a long time. This just didn't start here 2-3 weeks ago. It's been for a long time. In fact, I would say the whole tenure of this 12 years that Dice has been in has been nothing but trouble. And what's his fame to, what's his claim to fame? Anyways, do you remember a couple years ago, the city was saturated with state police.
Yes.
They were all over, driving up and down
Yes.
bad areas over here, Niagara Street, 19th Street, 18th
Yes.
Street, and everything else. The crime rate dropped down to nothing.
Yes.
This was a saturated of state police. It seems to me that the crime rate stopped abruptly because the state police, I mean, they're proud looking. They don't take no crap. They come out there, you can see they mean business. But now all of a sudden, these same state police, instead of patrolling the neighborhoods, I see them on Buffalo Avenue giving tickets out to speeders. I see them over here on the boulevard giving tickets out to speeders or people doing, infractions with their automobile. I mean, something is wrong here. Are they here to give tickets or to strengthen the police force?
No, they're not. I think you're seeing them taking people come off the 190. They follow them off on the boulevard and give them a ticket, and it's not. They're not. The
Well,
troopers
look at
are
Buffalo
not.
Avenue. I've seen them over here on 24th and Buffalo Avenue, pulling cars over, giving them tickets. These guys were not meant for giving out tickets. They're meant to have presence over here in these hard-hit areas.
But they
and
don't.
I'm going to tell you,
But they don't patrol the cities. They don't patrol the streets of Lockport.
What
They don't.
happened a
They don't
couple years
patrol
ago, they
North
were
Tonawanda.
patrolling.
They don't patrol Niagara Falls. They don't
a
patrol.
couple years ago, they were patrolling all the neighborhoods, going up and down,
Well,
and the crime rate just fell right
That
off the
was
bottom.
during the saturation patrols that the police chief talked about when he was here the other day. When you have the saturation patrols, they call in the state troopers, they call in the sheriff department, park police, even the border patrol come in and help. But as the police chief explained it last week, the contract agreements in the city, if you bring in 5 state troopers, you have to have 5 extra cars manned by city cops, which is an overtime deal to do it. That's the
Here's the whole
contract.
thing, Seth.
That's the contract arrangement they have.
This is what the hell's what over here. This mayor goes on out, signs 7 to 10-year contracts with the police department, the fire department, the DPW, and whoever the hell is employed with the city of Niagara Falls. You mean to tell me they knew that we had high crime and everything else? They didn't have anybody to negotiate, to go out and say, look, we don't have this, we don't have the money, we are broke, we haven't got a cent from the casino, we're living on borrowed time here. But no, they gave the unions everything they wanted. They gave them raises for the next 7 years with contracts. And then when I approached these damn councilmen over here, look at Kenny Tompkins said on your program, I'm only one vote. I wouldn't have mattered. So why stall or hold? My God, you mean to tell me you can't go on out and show people how you really feel? They were just looking for votes for the election. That's all it is. It's all about votes. That's all it is. They caved in for the votes.
But whether that's true or not,
It is the truth.
Well,
It is the
whether
truth.
it's true or not, the deals are already made. The contracts are signed. If they bring in the troopers and the sheriffs, if they
They
bring in
could've
10 extra cars,
renegotiated
they got to put 10 extra Niagara Falls
They
cops
could
on.
have renegotiated it. The contract was just signed here a few months ago. The council went out and voted okay on it. These are the same guys, these councilmen, Andy Tuma. The streets are safe. Deister comes right out.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. You can walk the streets. Just keep your nose to yourself. Don't get involved.
Yeah,
in
they
other
only,
people's things.
they only bother the drug dealers. What did the mayor say? They only bother the drug dealers and the people like
Right,
that.
right.
Yeah, okay.
This is an educated man. This is a negotiator that negotiated for the service or whatever the heck it was, or for Washington, D.C. These guys over here, the councilmen, we got a guy over there that didn't even vote for anything during the council. He's getting
That's
free
what,
pay.
Dave, that's water over the dam now. Now we got to look at the new people coming in. What are they going to do about it? Where can they find it? Where can they find us some help? We got to make a change, but we got new mayors coming in. We got 3 guys running for, well, 4 guys now, I guess, running for mayor, and then you got new council people. They got to step up now and go, I see this problem, and here's what I'm going to do about it.
Look, and I'm going to tell you one thing right now. All of a sudden, when this Deister became mayor of the community development, instead of the money being used for hard-hit neighborhoods that are crumbling, going down the tubes, tearing down these buildings, everything else, no, everything was going over towards 3rd Street. All the demolition, if there was any demolition, 5th Street, 4th Street, right around there, they didn't care about the rest of the city. They let the city collapse around us, and it's a shame. It's unbelievable. There's not one bar open on Pine Avenue right now. Not one bar. Every one of them are
somebody
shut
was
down.
telling me that there's no bars.
No bars, no
bars.
banks, no nothing.
Nothing. No bank, no bars, no nothing.
Nothing.
They wanted to open up a soup kitchen, what I think would have been a real good thing for that area because it is hard hit and it's really pressed. We haven't seen nothing yet. Summer's going to be here. You're going to see both sides of the streets, people sitting on the curbs, sitting on their doorsteps and everything else. If they would have cleaned this thing up when they had the chance, when community development could have gone in there and started cleaning this up, cleaning the neighborhood, instead of concentrating on building more apartment buildings, taking South Junior, building 69 apartments there. For every apartment they create brand new, they're creating blight with another building that's going to be vacant because why should I want to go live in an old beat-up building when I can get the same thing? I have my subsidized rent and everything else moving in on South Junior or these properties over here at the old administration.
Look at
building.
I offered all the candidates a chance to come on the show and debate each other and talk about all these subjects. So far, a few told me they would do it. Nobody yet, except for Seth, says, I will be available anytime you want. Nobody else has given me a concrete date. I'll give them time to sit on this air and talk about all these problems and tell us what they're going to do about it, if anything. The offer is there. We're just waiting for someone to say, okay, we'll pick this date and do it.
I went on and I talked to every one of these councilmen. I don't call them up anymore except for Bill Kennedy. Bill Kennedy seems like he's got a voice of reason. He'll listen to you, and it seems like he wants to do something. But the rest of these guys over here, Vasho and Tuma, you don't see. They don't have any.
Okay, I got to call in. I got to call in to Bill Kennedy after he made that press conference. I left him a message. I didn't get a hold of him. I left a message on his voicemail, whatever. I told him I want to talk about your press conference. I want to talk about what you want to do. I want to talk about how you're going to do it. I'd love you to come on the show and talk to us. This was a week ago now. I haven't heard a word from Bill Kennedy yet. I'm making it available to all these people. But I mean,
I went on and I talked to these guys here. I don't waste my time talking to them anymore. You're wasting your breath, just like with Paul Deister. You're wasting your breath when you talk to him on the air or anything else like that, because he's dancing around things. But the guy that really, really turned my stomach was unbelievable here. And I used to talk to him all the time. When I was had that a problem with the water authority with the availability rate, I mean, I got everybody down there, Dennis Virtuoso, everywhere. I had 25 people, legislators, everything coming down. All of a sudden, what's his name came down over there, Tompkins, he came over. Big deal. I mean, this was his job. And he says, I helped you, Dave. Jesus Christ, why didn't you help us when it came time to for the votes for the what the heck it is for the contracts? And yet till this day we don't even know what the police, the fire, or anybody got. They're not disclosing nothing. Normally they'll put it in the paper, they'll let you know. Nothing is being said. It's all hushed. And this is money we didn't have. 7, 8.
Well, I think that these people, Bill Kennedy, one of them, I think they had good intentions. He said, I'm gonna reach out. I don't know what at his conference. I don't know what I can do, but I'm gonna reach out to this person, this person, this person. You know what, Bill? Congratulations. Do it. Come over here and tell us what you found out and what we can do and how we can battle this, because it's obvious somebody has to do something. I think the police chief, I think Brian Del Porto when he was here tried. I think all these guys tried. It's just they don't have the tools and the money to do it. So, like Rose said, find somebody who could tell us how to do it and do it.
Get a hold of Higgins. Get a hold of Brian Higgins.
Exactly. You've got to go. You've got to reach out. I don't want to hear anymore where it's like, we need help. Contact us. No, you got to go get them. You've got to go get them and say, look, we've had enough now.
That's
okay?
when you get a hold of Brian Higgins.
Right.
You get a hold of Morinell. You get a hold of the legislators, and you tell them we have a serious crime problem here.
Yeah, right.
And another thing, I mentioned this already probably a dozen times, and I'm going to mention it again a dozen times. I go to a lot of car shows, especially in Lockport and everything else. They got them auxiliary policemen over there. They work two abreast. Proud guys, dressed in the uniform and everything else. They're the eyes and ears for the police. We had that over here, but the unions didn't want it because it was taking away their overtime. What are we doing, man? What the hell are we doing? We could have a volunteer auxiliary thing here. We can give them cars. We can give them police radios. They can drive up and down the neighborhoods that are bad. The minute they see something, they don't get out of the car. They don't arrest anybody, but they could be the.
No, we don't have it. They're working with people
because the unions didn't want it.
They're working with people now, the peacekeepers and that, which I'm hearing. They're doing great things. So they're kind of auxiliary. They're out there working for free, trying to solve problems, and according to the police chief and some of the block clubs, that they're breaking up a lot of problems before they happen. I'd like to get someone from the peacekeepers on to tell us about what they do.
Look, at the auxiliary cops over there, they look like cops. They had the same uniforms, the same hats, the same everything. They had handcuffs and all that. They all had radios. They looked just like the regular police officers. You couldn't tell them apart. They drove the police cars and everything else. When there was fires, instead of tying up a cop blocking the street for 2-3 hours at a time until the fire's out, the auxiliary guys did it. This is how you free up cops to do other jobs. I mean, this is it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to change things over here. And I'm going to tell you this blight, all this blight in the city, it's horrendous. You go down the alleys, my God, ever since they came up with these garbage totes here, a lot of people like them. I kind of like them. I bring my garbage cans in all the time. Nobody else is. They leave them right out in the alley. You got to drive around them and everything else. The garbage that we had with Modern before, going back a few years ago, there was bulk pickup all the time. You could go on out if you had a bush that you were cutting down. As long as you tied it up and bundled it up and put it outside your fence or by the garbage, they would take it. Now there's only certain days that are designated. Now everything is piling up all over the city. Why shouldn't the city pay a little extra for the garbage pickup to pick up tires, to pick up mattresses, to pick up bulk pickup like branches and everything else that people have from cleaning their house during the winter?
I think some of the candidates did mention that they were going to try to revamp that garbage pickup and everything.
You go to town of Niagara, you see everything. Whatever they put out in front of the house, whether it's tires, anything, it's picked up. Same thing in Tonawanda, same thing in Burkholtz. Why not here in Niagara Falls, where Niagara Falls is a big ghetto? I mean, the whole inner city is all ghetto over here. You got poor, broke-ass people, no jobs, living in houses that are substandard and everything else. but the inspection department's not doing nothing about it. Community development, instead of using this money to clean the neighborhoods, tear down these buildings, hell no, it's going uptown.
Well, you know what,
Man,
Dave?
I leave my garage over here.
Dave.
I find hypodermic needles next to the curbs. What about the kids coming out of Niagara Street School, the little kids running with sneakers? What if all of a sudden one of them damn hypodermic needles sticks one of them through the sneakers? My God, I mean, it's getting out of hand, and nobody's doing anything about this. And Mayor Deister gets on, well, during my tenure over here, there has been so much change. What change? You tell me.
Oh, no, there's been change, but for the worse.
For the worst.
There's been change. He's right about that. There has been change. But that's why whoever becomes the next mayor, we will be watching very closely. And I think a good number of the citizens are going to be watching very closely. I'm not saying it in a threatening way. I'm saying it in a way of, we don't want to hear just talk. Now we want action.
Well, I'm going to tell you
That's
another
it.
way that I feel about this. We had our chance with these council people. They didn't do us any good. They went out and voted, ratified contracts and everything else like that, gave them what they wanted, 7-year contracts, on our back when we're broke. I think it's time that we get rid of all these councilmen, get rid of these teachers over here, maybe get somebody that wants to do something.
Well, Dave, I got what you're saying, and I understand that. But I want to hear what these people are proposing. So far, nobody has really come up and said, if I get elected, here's what I'm going to do, here's how I plan to fix the problem. They're saying...
Well, they keep saying it's too early to tell. It's too early to say it out loud. That's
Man,
what they
I'm going
keep
to tell you,
saying.
when I look at the reporter, when I look at these write-ups over here, you see this, what the heck, Vascio. My God, I love unions. I love, kiss, I love unions. And he's not talking anything for the city, nothing at all. He's going to, where's his 10-point plan that he was going to bring in? I voted for this guy. Can you imagine that? I voted for this guy because of his 10-point plan that never even came out.
What were the
voted for
points?
this
Do you
Kenny
remember
Tompkins.
any of the points?
Hell no. I voted
What?
for this Kenny Tompkins. What the hell has he done but other than make party planners, making parades, car shows, and this and that? What has he done? What has he done? Now he got an award by the Masonic thing here. That's all they are. They're looking to get their face out there and everything else. It's just like when they had this meeting over here at the marketplace. Everybody was over there. They were just grandstanding. What are they going to do? What are they going to
Well,
do?
we're going to find out
We're
what
gonna
they're
wait
going
and
to do
see.
because we're not going to take our eye off the ball.
Dave,
We're not-
thanks.
Having $500,000 over going for a fire hall, a dilapidated fire hall, 20 by 40 foot long on Highland Avenue, when they could be tearing down buildings in my neighborhood that need it badly. I mean, come on, man. It doesn't. This is pure stupidity. They took care of their friends, their family. They took care, just like this damn $50 million courthouse over here. This police.
Now, let's wait until we hear what these new politicians, these
You're not gonna
people...
hear nothing.
Well, they got to say something, Dave.
They ain't gonna say nothing. Oh, I can't tell you because I'm giving you my hand. I'll tell you after I get elected. That's what the hell's what. Just like Vascio did. I got a 10-point plan. Yeah, where's that 10-point? He sat on his hands during the whole damn what the negotiations for the contracts and everything else.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. They gave our city away. The people are flat out broke here in the middle city. You got richer people living in DeVoe and LaSalle and over here by the what the heck, golf course and all that. But it's the whole inner city that's collapsing right in front of us, and they're not doing nothing.
Thanks,
about it.
Dave. I appreciate the call, buddy.
All right,
Thank you.
I'm waiting to see...
No, he's right.
No, no.
He's right. That's why I'm saying whoever becomes mayor this go-round, no more talk, no more studies, no more analysts, no more consultants, okay? You find out how you're going to fix the problem and you get on it. You hit the ground running.
I'm still
you
waiting.
hit the ground running.
You know what? It's about time now that people start coming forward and saying, here's my plan.
Well, we're going to
Here's-
see who has the guts to come on this show. Okay? They come around, they come around in the early going and make their statements.
Sure.
Now, as we get closer in time, we're going to see who has the guts to come back on and take calls and answer legitimate questions, not sanitized questions. None of that.
Yeah, right.
Okay? So, I want to see,
because I'm going to have a nice little chalkboard. And we're going to mark down who comes and who doesn't. And who doesn't, their name is going to be in one color. And the ones that did, they're going to get gold stars around their name. Okay? That's the way it's going to work.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for somebody.
Well, we'll see.
Contact me.
We'll see.
As we stand right now, there is no politician barred from,
No.
even though I've heard some disparaging things from some guys. Some folks have made remarks about this show that
We've got a few that aren't on our list. They're on our naughty list. Matter of fact, let's see. There'll be elections again next year for some things that we might have to go up against. Maybe a candidate between the two of us.
we're live. It's a Monday night. It's Monday night, and we're here
I
for.
can sit on the council.
We got about another 15. You gonna run?
I might.
We're here for
Not
about
me,
another
you.
15 minutes if you're watching live. It's the live time is 7:15, and we're at 333-3020 if you want to get in. You got about 15 minutes left. Let's get real for a moment. When you're looking for a home appliance repairman, what do you look for? Well, in most cases, you look for someone who can do the job honestly and do it correctly the first time. Then you look for someone who's reasonable, someone who's going to give you a fair price for the work he does. Well, I got one that's even better than that. He'll give you the best price you're going to ever hear. His name is Chris Moore, and his service call is $35. Got a problem with the stove, refrigerator, freezer, washer, dryer, hey, you name it. If it's a home appliance, Chris can fix it, and he does it for a $35 service call, plus the cost of the parts and installation. Now, I don't know of any other repairman who's had as much experience, over 30 years, as Chris Moore, who will come to your home for a $35 service call. You know, once you have Chris at your house, you're going to want him back again and again and again, and you're going to recommend him to all your friends and relatives. So you want to have that phone number handy. So what do? Well, let's update. Let's not put it on a piece of paper and stick it somewhere where it's going to get lost or fall off, dry up, and disappear. Put it in your cell phone where you know you can find it when you need it. Because you know someday you will need Chris Moore's number. It's 523-5911. Chris Moore's Appliance Repair. $35 service call plus the cost of the parts and installation. 523-5911. Put that in your cell phone right now. We're going back to the phones. We're at 333-3020. Once we pick up, hang on and we'll be with you. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Good.
This problem with Niagara Falls is not, it's not an isolated incident. Philadelphia, Detroit, Chicago, there's a lot of places that are experiencing this thing. After World War II, Vietnam.
So what do we do? Give up?
No, you can't give up.
What do we
You have
do?
to get volunteers to get in there and say, listen, we need to all get involved.
And how? Give us a suggestion. We obviously need some help here.
Well, I mean, there's only so much help you can get. I mean, it's a disaster. It's the decline of, all the businesses have left Niagara Falls. All the plants.
Well,
Booker,
it's just like this thing this weekend where two people get shot at the market. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody wants to cooperate. Nobody. What's going to come of that?
well, I mean, it started with the family unit, and it's unfortunate, but this is the state of affairs in Niagara Falls. It's not Niagara Falls anymore. It's in Niagara Fell.
Yeah, basically.
True. Very true.
So, yeah, it's a horrible situation. I thought New York State was going to have to put in a casino that would compete with the Senecas, but that hasn't happened.
Right,
Milstein and Como and the whole, it's all politics.
right.
The whole, they don't care.
No, they don't care, but they use, New York State loves to use Niagara Falls, especially during the summer months, as a cash cow I say all the time, the money from the parking, the money from this, the money from that, everything goes their way.
Right, you're absolutely right, Rose. Yeah, I mean, I brought my son down to the falls to get, hamburger, fries, and a Coke, and it came to $30.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
price gouging down there. In New York State, it's crazy. They take a busload of people, and they're stranded and they're starving. So they bring them to these places, and the prices are outrageous. Who the hell wants to go down there?
I know. Well, we've got to get this whole thing under control because, like the last caller said, and I agree, the summer's coming, and that's when things usually percolate. In the heat, everybody gets a little nuttier, so they need to do something. I don't know what the answer is, but we got to reach out, and yes, we do need to start reaching out to our representatives more, the Brian Higgins, the Morinellos, and all that, and say, okay, enough.
Well,
Come and help
I'm
us.
waiting for proposals.
Come and help
I'm
us.
waiting to hear some proposals. What are they going to do? Thanks for your call. Appreciate it.
I mean,
333-3020.
no, they have to.
want to hear.
Don't you get those postcards in the mail all the time, like from Morinello? All I've done. Okay, well, do some more now.
Hi, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
Got a question. They said they found a gun on top of that bus with all those people.
Apparently they did.
Do you know that for a fact?
I don't know for a fact, but I was there, and one of the policemen on the scene that searched the bus told me that they did find a gun on top of the bus, apparently put out from an escape hatch that's on the top of the bus. I guess it's a safety feature.
Okay, that's enough. Did they arrest the whole bus for aiding and abetting a crime?
I don't know. No, you see.
Well, you're a police officer.
Yes.
I see a lot of things happen. I scratch my head. That was a gun from the crime, and it was put above on a thing. They all had to be on that bus and witness that. Whoever put the gun on top of the bus. The other thing is, if it was on the bus before they took off, it would have dropped off the bus.
I would assume. To see.
And the other thing they should have done a check. You see it on these crime shows and that. Was the gun recently fired? Even if it wasn't recently fired, they all seen who owed the gun. And I think what Rose saying, things are taking too slow here. Okay.
Right.
This should be that should have been an emergency. That should have all been wrapped up. All my questions I'm asking you now should have been already determined. First thing, was the gun recently fired? If it was, then everybody on that bus should have been arrested or subpoenaed or whatever they do to detail them because they seen somebody put that hide that gun up on the bus.
Well, I do know this, that
Is that am I correct in what I'm saying?
well, I see. I wasn't involved in the investigation.
Well, I know you weren't, but I'm asking you, if you were doing the investigation, wouldn't you do it that way?
I guess he's asking, is that the way it would
I
be?
probably would. I mean, there's other things they could have done. They could have. They supposedly ID'd everybody on the bus. They got their names or what IDs that they had, and they took pictures of them. They got the gun. So if that gun was used in a crime, if the bullets fired out of that gun matched the bullets that were, I don't know if they got any in the suspects.
Here's some more clues for you, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not even a police officer.
Yeah.
Never did policing. That gun was put up there. There might be fingerprints on there. Did
Absolutely.
they fingerprint everybody on the bus?
I don't know what they did.
You know what? If they would have detained those people and they had a right to do it, and for maybe a day to do all that police work and that, then maybe that'd be a deterrent in itself. It's say, you guys want to take a bus ride to Niagara Falls? No, man. The last time we were tied up, I couldn't even go to work at that. I was in a holding center because they wanted my police.
Well, I know they took.
And everything.
I know they had them there for about 3 hours. It was something like 2 o'clock in the morning till 5 or something. They had them there doing the investigation. They called in detectives. They called in the ID Bureau. This was Niagara Falls investigation. I wasn't involved in that. I was in on that as a backup to the police officers stopping the bus because they had I don't know, 28, 35 people on that bus that apparently,
Can you find out what they actually did? So we can do a postmortem, you and I in row, and see if they maybe missed something.
I'd also like to know, what is this nonsense of renting out storefronts in the market for a party at 1 o'clock in the morning? What is this? Well, I mean, what the heck is that crap? I'm sorry, but there's businesses in that market, there's restaurants in that market trying to earn a living, trying to keep it safe.
sure.
So what do we got? We got a vacant storefront, and somebody's going to say, oh, they said they want to, rent it out for a birthday party. I can just hear whatever it is. But I would like to find out who the hell rented it out to.
I'm assuming the instance, with the detectives working on it, I know the detectives are working on it, I know ID's working on it. I'm assuming they're gonna look for fingerprints and DNA on that gun. And
No. Stop for a minute. They should have had the fingerprints already. Not future tense. They should have had. There should be a protocol automatically what gets done.
I think what the caller wants to know is, when you do the postmortem, I like this, find out what happened that night. Did they in fact find a gun? Did they in fact arrest anybody? Did they, that kind of stuff? Is that information available for public consumption or not?
It's available if the police feel that it's not going to interfere with their investigation.
Okay.
And
Fair enough.
They'll give
Fair
you
enough.
they'll give you what they feel
Okay.
they can. I mean, it's not that it's secret, but sometimes they don't put out all the information
Right.
because there's an ongoing and
Okay.
obviously there's going to be an ongoing investigation.
Gotcha.
Who was on that bus? Who had that gun?
Sure.
Maybe that gun wasn't even used in that shooting.
Right.
Maybe it was something different. We don't know.
Sure.
And I don't know at this time.
All right.
Well, that's all they had to say. But if it was the gun that was fired, then we should know. There's no reason they couldn't tell us that.
Well, they probably don't know yet. I mean, it's got to go through the ID.
Wait a minute. They know right away. The other thing is, if somebody fired a gun, did they spray that powder on there that shows, powder spray in that on all those people on that bus?
Yeah, I don't know what they did. I don't know what the ID.
If somebody fires, well, correct me if I'm wrong. If somebody fires a gun,
Yeah.
isn't there something you can tell by spraying on the person's hand?
Yep,
if
there's
they
a.
fired gun?
Yep, there's a. I think it's called paraffin. It will show. It will show if you were in the area because the gunpowder, whatever.
Like any residue?
Yeah, but it also, the problem with that is also if you're in an area where I shoot a gun,
Yeah.
you're next to me, it's going to show up on you too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's fine. But did they do a paraffin test on all those people?
Sir, I can't tell you because I did not take.
I'm going to go back to you now as giving you as professional attitude as a police officer.
Yes.
Wouldn't you do that automatically?
I probably would have done that. I probably would have taken the people and said, yeah, I probably would have done that. Or, maybe check DNA on the people. I guess you could put a swab in their mouth and if they allow you to. I don't know what the law is as far as doing that. If they're not convicted of a crime,
Because there are things that are tying the police's hands in doing an investigation in a timely manner, then we should know about it, and we should be going back to our legislators and that and getting those laws changed as soon as possible. Number one, fingerprints, checking if the gun was recently fired. All the people that are on that bus that seen that get concealed like that, did they do a paraffin test on them? Did anybody fire that gun on the thing? If they let the cat out, if they just let those people go without doing that, could you find that out? Did they let those people all go without doing those tests that we just talked about?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could check with the police chief or the chief of detectives. I know that, like I say, I know they detained him for about 3 hours. And
they can detain people, but I want to know what they did.
Yeah, I don't know.
He wants to know.
What test did they do immediately?
Yeah,
Well, can you make a phone call, not today, but can you make a phone call or find out any information for
we could
an
try.
upcoming show?
Oh, I could try. We'll try to get a hold of the police
Okay,
chief.
that's
see
what
he's-
we're gonna do.
I'm sure Chief Licata would give us whatever information he
Yeah,
has.
so
and tell us
whatever
what
he's able to tell you.
I do know I do know that the people were very, very uncooperative.
Well, then why is that not surprising?
Nobody knew anything.
Why is
Nobody,
that not surprising?
Well, no, just,
How come nobody was arrested then? Didn't they swear a little at the police and antagonize them?
I don't think they arrest for swearing at cops anymore, do they, Sal?
Or could that be some type of a hate crime if the police talk back to them?
But do they arrest people for swearing at cops anymore?
Oh, you can, sure.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you can't stand in a public place and use vulgarity. You can't do that if it upsets people around you. Not so much the cops, because the cops, you got to kind of let that roll off your back to a degree.
Okay.
But if you're out in the middle of the street yelling and swearing and screaming,
Yeah, you
neighbors
can't
are coming
do
out
that.
looking,
Yeah.
it's called disorderly conduct. Yes, you can arrest them, but I don't really know if they were swearing at the cops or.
Well, caller, we're gonna see what we can find out for you, okay?
Okay. Hey, keep up the good work.
I will
Thank you.
I will
Thank
make an
you
effort
for
to contact
calling
the
in.
police chief and see if we can get some more information on what's going on with it.
We
and
all
what
got to
happened.
get, the movie Network, if you never saw it, there was Peter Finch in that movie said, we're as mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore. Well, I think we're there right now. I think we're at that point.
We got to take this city back.
Yes, we do.
Take it back.
We do.
We got to let the criminals know they're not wanted here anymore.
Right.
Guns aren't wanted here anymore.
Right.
Loitering's not wanted anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That guy should have been. I hope that they start stopping people when
Okay.
they just loiter up Pine Avenue.
Right.
Good night.
I agree. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
333-3020. Yeah.
Well, you see what you can find out for the caller. I think people, for a long time, and we've talked about this before, a lot of people have been very apathetic in this city. Our viewers are not apathetic because our viewers are watching because they care about what's going on in the city. And they get angry because this city should not be in the condition it is in. That's what's the most aggravating part of it all, okay? It's disturbing. We're a city, we're not in the middle of some godforsaken part of the country where nobody comes. There's traffic galore in this city, there's tourists galore in this city, and still half the city looks like a shithole.
As far as this,
It's going to call it what
as far
it
as
is.
this investigation we're talking about,
Yes.
I can't comment on it because I wasn't a part of the
No,
investigation.
I know, and I think just the caller wants to know if there's any information available to the public, what happened, because now people are now they're pissed off. We went past the, we're upset. Now we're pissed off, because we don't need to have a city like this where whether it's the perception or the actual fact that the crime is out of control. It needs to stop.
I will attempt to contact the police chief by our next show, which will be Wednesday, and see if we can get some information as to exactly what happened and what the investigation is revealing and what's going on with it.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing at your local Cub Cadet dealer today.
Stop by your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer, Niagara Lawn and Garden Equipment, today.
Hey, don't forget all our programs are now going up on YouTube.
Yes,
so give us 3, 4, 5 hours. It takes a while to get it up on the satellite, but all the programs will be going up on YouTube.
People are loving it.
Yeah, they are.
'Cause they love,
They're
checking back
archived,
on some shows and seeing what's going on.
Politicians, anybody who's got something they want to say, would like to get on the show, contact us. We're at 283-8207. That's our business number.
Don't be afraid.
Well, some of the politicians.
Don't be afraid.
Some of the
We don't
politicians
bite.
are afraid. Yeah, that's just it. Yeah. Anyway, you bite, huh, Ro?
I know nothing.
Yeah. we heard that before.
I know nothing. I see nothing.
Yeah. Well, look I want to remind you to
Come to
get
the
a hold of
show.
us.
Come to the show. Come to the show.
You can drag them in, huh? That's funny.
Come on in. Come on in.
Thank you, folks. We'll see you on our next program. Thanks for the calls today.